In this video, we're continuing looking at invariant lines. So let's have a look at this question here. So show that the matrix M is non-singular. Okay, well, we know how to do that. If it was singular, the determinant would be 0. So what's the determinant of this? Well, the determinant of M is 4 times minus 7, so that's minus 28, minus 10, so plus 10. So that is minus 18. So therefore non-singular. Okay, next question. The transformation T of the plane is represented by the matrix M. The triangle R is transformed to the triangle S by the transformation T. Given that the area of S is 63 square units, find the area of R. Well, remember that determinants are area scale factors. So what we know is that R, which is some triangle, gets transformed to some other triangle, S, and we're told that this is 63 square units. Well, we've just seen that the determinant is minus 18, so that would multiply the area, as it were, by minus 18, but area is always positive, so it's multiplying areas by 18. So we just need to divide by 18, and we get 63 divided by 18 is 3.5. So that's the area of R. Okay, now on to the invariance bit. Show that the line y equals 2x is invariant under the transformation T. So showing it this way around is actually a little bit easier. What we need to do is we need to show that if we apply this to a point on the line y equals 2x, we still have a point on the line y equals 2x. Now, how do we pick an arbitrary point on the line y equals 2x? Well, it's any point with an x coordinate of x and a y coordinate of 2x. So let's see what happens here. We get 4x minus 10x as our new x value, and as our new y value, we get 2x minus 14x. So 2x minus 14x. What is that? Well, it's minus 6x minus 12x. And what do we notice about these values here? We can notice that the relationship is correct. That is, minus 12x is 2 times minus 6x. That is, the y value is minus 2 times the x value, and therefore y equals 2x is invariant under T. So what we're doing when we're proving invariance is we're proving that the relationship between the x and the y value after the transformation is the same as it was before, or rather is the same as the line says it should be. Okay, matrix A represents the linear transformation M. Prove that the linear transformation M, for the linear transformation M, there are no invariant lines. So what we do here is we try to find an invariant line and show that we don't get any consistent results. It's very similar to what we did in the previous video. We say, suppose that there were an invariant line. So that invariant line, let's say, is y equals mx plus c. And so we say, if we pick a random point on that line with an x coordinate of x and a y coordinate of mx plus c, let's see what we get. Well, we get 4x, and then we get minus 2mx minus 2c, and the new y value is 5x plus 3mx plus 3c. So if this is an invariant line, these coordinates, this coordinate should be consistent with this line. That is, the new y value, 5x plus 3mx plus 3c, should equal m times the new x value, m times 4x minus 2mx minus 2c plus c. Let's expand this out, compare coefficients, and hopefully we'll run into some kind of contradiction which proves that no value of m and c actually make this work. So 4mx minus 2m squared x minus 2mc plus c. Okay, so looking at the x coefficients, we have 5 plus 3m on the left, and the coefficient of x on the right, we have 4m minus 2m squared. So what does that get us? Getting everything over on this side, we have 2m squared minus m plus 5 equals 0. And I think this is where we're going to run into issues immediately, because this is a quadratic with no real solutions, right? The discriminant here is negative. So no real solutions. So we're actually done. There's not even a value of m and c that would make the x coordinates the same. So we don't even need to bother with the constants. I mean, if we did, and I'm saying this is not necessary, but if we looked at the other one, we'd get 3c, the constant on the left, is equal to minus 2mc plus c. Now, this one we do seem to get some solutions. We get 2c plus 2mc equals 0. Factorising out c, you get 2 plus 2m. So here you seem to get that c could equal 0 or m could equal minus 1. But the problem is we need this to be true and this to be true, and this is never true. So once we get no real solutions there, we can just say no invariant lines. And so that proves it. All right, so that's invariant lines. In the next video, we'll look at the final type of invariance, which is lines of invariant points. See you there.